fun second week of March, and as promised, I am going to be featuring a stamp every week, a stamp set every week, and this week I am focused on the Honey Bee stamp set and the die cuts that are available in the mini catalog. You can even get them as a bundle for $41.25, or you could just get just the stamp set, but the die cut has this really special like honeycomb die cut that I've really enjoyed. The stamp set, it is a cling stamp set, so it's going to have that super sticky, so you will need clear blocks for it. And I'm going to show you some cards this week that we're going to make. The one I'm going to make today is this one right here, and this is kind of building off the rare steak one that I did. This paper is something I made with my stamp, and I'm going to make that for you in just a minute. Now, the Bee bundle does have designer series paper. You get it for free when you spend $50, and it's only while supplies last, so definitely scoop it up because it's super cute and pretty. But I wanted to focus on the stamp and not the paper. So we're going to make this card right here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take of course, I use Daffodil Delight yellow, and it's 5.5 by 8.5 inches. I'm just going to fold that in half. And then you're going to need to cut 2 pieces of white. They're 5 by 3 3/4. You're going to cut 2 of them. They're 5 by 3 3/4. And the reason you're cutting 2, same reason, is you're going to put 1 on the inside. This is a light colored card though, so you don't necessarily need that, but as you know, I like to do it because it gives it a nice polished look. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not stamping anything on the inside of this because of the type of card I'm making, so I'm just going to go ahead and put my inside in. On this card, I stuck with a very traditional like bee theme with like the black and yellow. And some of the other cards you're going to see just a little bit of me stepping out of this color scheme, just so that you can see that it doesn't just have to be these colors. I really wanted some black in here, but it just didn't look right all the way around, so I made a strip of black. And this black is 3¼ inch by 5.5. And we're just going to go ahead and put that on our card. And that kind of just frames up our yellow here. And now we're going to put this part off to the side because we're going to get down to the stamping part. So in this card, you'll notice that the focus is actually the bigger bee. And I don't know if you can see well on here. This is the only one that is colored. You could take the time to color each single one of these, and that would be really cute, but I really just wanted the emphasis on that one bee. So I'm going to take my Memento ink, and I'm going to start with the large bee stamp on there first. So we're going to just keep it large. Like I said, these are super sticky. And the first thing you want to stamp, these are called distinctive inks stamps. So they are going to look vintagey and they're going to look faded in spots, and that's on purpose. But because I don't want it to look too faded, I am inking it up, and you can kind of see how it's, well, maybe you can't see, I don't know, faded there. So the first one I actually want to do a little higher than half because I know that I am going to make an additional one. And so what I did after I stamped it, you're going to go ahead and you're going to stamp more of them. Same thing, you want to check to make sure what you got going on. I'm going to stamp one over here. And you're not going to have a lot of these real big ones, but I'm going to stamp off the side here because I want it to look like paper. And I'll do one here. And I think I'll even do a little wing action right down here. Yeah, like that. Let me put, might even do one right here. All right. So now I'm going to take the little one and I put that on a, this one I had on a D block. And remember, if you're starting to stamp a D block, it's pretty good. All the stamps from this stamp set fit on a D block, but when you get the right size of block, it gives you more control over the pressure and it's more even, which is why I divided this one up. And this is a B block. Same thing here, inking it up. But remember, the little b is not going to be our focus. Although the little b is adorable and I do focus on it in another card. Don't want to offend people with my bees here. And you're just going to fill up this paper till you feel like, okay, this is a lot. Probably got that one a little too close, but that's okay. I'm also going to do a little in the corner here. And I feel good about that. So once you have your paper stamped, you're going to just let it dry for a few seconds. And you can kind of see, I mean, you could probably even squeeze in another B right there, but I'm going to leave that like that. And you could even turn this paper. You could do this card sideways. And that would be an interesting look too. Now, on another sheet of scrap paper, so you are going to need a little bit of scrap. So I've got some scrap paper here. You are going to ink. So I am going to take on my scrap paper here and I'm going to do one additional. And this is where I'm going to get the die cuts out and I'm going to run it through a die cut machine. And I've already went ahead and done that, so I've got that one right here. And what I want to do right now is I'm going to take my Daffodil Delight ink and I'm going to take a blender pen. Now, if you have the Stampin' Blends pens, you can just use that, but I don't, so a blender pen will work real well for you. And then I am just going to color very lightly this part. Make this like the queen bee, and that's really all there is to that. And I'm going to set that off, and that's the only thing that I need for that. Now that that's dry, I can go ahead and I can attach this. So I'm bringing my base back in, and I am attaching this. And this is like my designer series paper. And now what I'm doing is I am taking a 1x5" strip of yellow because I'm going to make my banner. That's the next thing I'm going to do. So I am getting out my banner punch again. Gotta have this in your arsenal of punches. I use it more than probably anyone. And remember, it's always best to have this a little long because you can always cut it off. Or it's just better to have to cut off some than have it too short. So I'm going to go ahead and punch that. And that is about where I want that. So I am not going to cut that right now. I'm just going to run that straight across. And that is all I'm doing there. And I'm putting that a little low, and I'm putting that a little low because I'm putting in my my black one too. Now, if you'll see here, this is a shortcut I use all the time where I just snip off the edge. You can cut them to size if you like. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. I just find that very tedious, so I don't do that. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is black, and same thing. I have a 1x5" black strip, and all I'm going to do is put it in my punch. It's easier if you do this upside down so you can really see where that punch is, because it has 3 guides on it, so if you cut them to those exact measurements, it'll be fine, but sometimes I make one that's skinnier or one that's a little thicker, and I want it to be just right. Okay, so we are going to put this on, and I'm going to go ahead and run my line here. And I run it a little over. I'm aware that's a little bit of a waste of adhesive, but same thing. I'm going to trim that off. Okay. Now comes the easy part. I'm taking some scrap yellow, so I recommend that you have just like a little, really a 2x2 square of yellow will help. And I took the scallop punch, the 1 3/8, and we're going to put that down here in just a minute. But the next thing we're going to do is we are going to stamp the word hello. And this is in the bee stamp. It's just a little hello. It's just kind of a nice little... Taking my 1 inch. And that's that same paper I punched that bee out on. And I'm going to go ahead and glue the little greeting right to my scallop circle. Almost like a flower. Not quite a flower, but very reminiscent of one. And that looks good. So now I'm actually going to take 2 dimensionals. And I am going to adhere them to this card. And I want it to cover both banners, so just like that. And now I am going to take 2 more dimensionals. You could probably do it with 1. I'm going to do it with 2. And I'm actually going to stick it right over this one. And it kind of gives this little shadowy effect. This month we have, in this mini catalog, we have black dimensionals, and I think those would look pretty sharp with this. But this card was super easy. And as always, on my Facebook page, Day Night Creations, I will post the items I used, so that if you want to order them, you can order them. If you choose to order anything, please use this hostess code. It is good through the 28th. And remember, if you like or share my video this month, you get entered into a drawing for a free pack of dimensionals. And I probably use a good pack of these a month because of how often I use them. So, and people always ask me about them. So I would love to let you see those. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section on my Facebook page or message me personally. So try out the bee stamp. I'll be showing you some other techniques later on. Happy stamping.